Alright, now as you can see, that thing is live. It actually, dips down just below 3,000 there, and then that's actually, I think it might even be an uncorrected number that shows up on that dial right there. But this is pretty bad, dude. 1,046 foot-pounds of torque at 3,000 RPM. I mean, 3,000 RPM. That's pretty crazy. Anyways, as we look through this, now again, so I can show you the boost right there too, because we're kind of interested in that 3,000 horsepower number, or 3,000 RPM number. And it's 5.5 pounds of boost. So, pretty wicked cool. Then if we go up here to 1,452 horsepower at 5,900 RPM. Now we can see here, we go back to our boost at 5,900 RPM, 17 pounds of boost, but see how kind of flat it is right through here? This is 16 pounds, 16 and 7, 16, 9, 17, 17, 17, 18, 18, 18, 18, 19. It does not grow nearly as much. So if you went from say 5,500 RPM to 5,000, there's a 2.5 psi, almost 3 psi of I'm sorry, 2.5 psi of there we go, 2 psi from that 500 RPM range, and at 5,900 RPM. So if we went 500 there up to there, that would still about 2. So it's still growing, but it's pretty much is starting to flatten out right up through here. Now if you look through go back to the curve, you can also see then it starts nosing over. Now the engine really isn't nosing over, the camshaft isn't nosing over where we're spinning it, and for that size cubic inch motor and that size blower, we're starting to run it out of air. Now it can make more. That's not the whole debate. That's not the point. It's always interesting to see what blowers will do on big cubic inch motors. I mean, 1,046 foot-pounds of torque down at 3,000 RPM and only 5 psi of boost. But up here, boost is still climbing, and I got it safe because we are on pump gas. I'm not trying to make a whole bunch of horsepower up here. We're already exceeding what he actually wants to make up here at 1,452. But you can see this thing, it starts leveling off just like what you would expect and what you should expect for big cubic inch motors with a relatively smaller blower. I mean, obviously we can make upwards of, leaning on F2 stuff, we can make 2,000 horsepower. But, not on a 632 motor. And if we did, in race form, we would probably could be in that 2,000 horsepower range, honestly, with race fuel and being intercooler, race fuel and more timing, work on tune-up. We can get it up there, probably up into that 1,800 horsepower range if we really wanted to. But then it would start nosing over there. And it's all a matter of the motor is just too big. But it's doing exactly what we want it to do for the street car deal. And that big a torque number way down there low is really pretty cool. So anyways, that is our number, 1,452. Sorry, one more time. 1,452 and 1,400 foot-pounds of torque. Let's go over here and I'll show you something too. Trying to explain more, give you guys more information about how blowers and centrifugal superchargers work. Now, this purple line right here is our boost curve. Notice how it follows RPM. That's because it's mechanically driven by the belt. But notice here, our engine RPM is still climbing at a pretty defined rate. But see right through here, ooh, just lays over a little bit through here. So it's not, the boost is, is not continuing to climb at the same rate because it's starting to roll over. Starting to roll over right there. So that is just the indication that the engine, again, is too big for the blower. But in the street application, making way more horsepower and definitely way more torque than what it should be. Down here is our torque, or that was at 2948 RPM right there. So it actually was just a tick lower than what the dyno captured. I wasn't really looking at the screen, but on the dyno. But anyways, just wanted to show you that you can see your boost curves, you know, what they actually look like and where they start to roll over right through there. So anyways, good information. How dare you? Really good engine there for Gary Huffman.